Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. This is your preview for the FA Cup semi-final, Chelsea versus Crystal Palace, taking place at Wembley. I honestly think they need to scrap that. Start playing semi-finals back in neutral venues like they used to, which isn't Wembley, because Wembley should be for the final. You know, it takes a little bit out of the charm of going to the final to play at Wembley. Like, that was the whole thing. You know, growing up, at least, you'd have semi-finals that would be at an Old Trafford or, you know, a Villa Park before the Emirates existed and all of that. Now you've got the Emirates, you've got the Tottenham Stadium. I mean, you know, there's big grounds that you can go to. St. James's Park used to be used. You can even use Cardiff. That's a bit too far. But, yeah, and then the final at Wembley. I think they should go back to that. Let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments. I want to hear your views on that. But this is a chance for Chelsea to bounce back. This is a chance for Chelsea to get some sort of redemption for the season, because we've been knocked out of the Champions League in the manner that we did, honestly thinking that we had made it, and then it gets taken away from us. I still haven't gotten over that. I don't think I will. Anyway, now we have a chance to try and finish the season at least on a high. You know what? Considering the circumstances, considering what Chelsea have been through, considering what Thomas Tuchel's been through, let's have it right. He personally, as a manager, has been through problems on and off the pitch. Off the pitch, in terms of sanctions, ownership changes, his divorce. I mean, all of that. You look in terms of on the pitch. Teams were getting games postponed left, right and centre. Chelsea didn't. The unexpected drop in form / ability of Lukaku, £100 million striker, who we all thought was going to click. Injuries, Chilwell, Reece James. I mean, he's had it all. He's had it all, yeah? Despite all of that, we're still third in the Premier League. Not too far off. You know, we've lost some stupid games, but not too far off Liverpool and Manchester City. We've managed to get to the Champions League quarter-final, almost made it through in the manner that we did. Obviously, you saw what happened. We're in an FA Cup semi-final, chance to play the final again. Having won the Super Cup and the Club World Cup, it's, you know what, considering what's gone wrong, it's a good season. It's a good season. So imagine what would happen if everything actually went right, or if we didn't have things go wrong. This is why I'm saying Thomas Tuchel next season under new ownership needs to be completely backed as the main man who's going to drive this team. Anyway, going into this fixture, Chelsea versus Crystal Palace, we shouldn't, let's be real here, we shouldn't be giving Crystal Palace too much respect, but we do need to give them a little bit of respect, because I don't want any fans to be able to say, we're through, we're going to smash Palace, this is going to be an easy coast ride. No, it won't. It won't. Crystal Palace are playing some very, very good football. Crystal Palace are in the semi-final for a reason. Vieira's first season at Palace, having done what he's done to get to a semi-final and having to play at Wembley, is a big occasion for them. And they are going into this game with nothing to lose. They're not favourites. They know that they are not as strong as Chelsea. But on the day, if they get their things right and they play their cards right, the same way that they dispatched of Arsenal in the manner that they did, you know, Arsenal got pretty done in that game. That's not to say we will, because I think we're stronger than Arsenal, and that will be put to the test next week when we play them at the Bridge. So Arsenal, we're looking forward to that. But I honestly think it's not going to be as easy as some honestly think it's going to be. So we've got to treat this right. It's a chance for us to get to the final. On top of what I've said about this season and what we've achieved, if we do make the final, remember, we'll be playing Manchester City or Liverpool. That would be the perfect opportunity to have one last statement before the end of the season, and then we go into next season with that statement. You know, City, Liverpool, if we beat any of you with what we've gone through, imagine next season where hopefully we are a better team. Anyway, it's going to be a good reason to have a statement and to pick up one last bit of silverware. Why not? We've got to the FA Cup final twice in a row now. This could be the third. We lost the last two. Let's not lose a third. But firstly, we've got to get past Palace. So, talking about team news, Lukaku, talk of the devil, is actually looking like he's going to be fit. Is he going to play? Who knows? I honestly think that he might come off the bench. I don't think he'll start, considering who I think is going to start. And to be honest, I think it's quite easy to pick who's going to start, considering what happened at the Champions League quarter-final. That was on Tuesday. This is Sunday. It's enough time to rest, recover, train a little bit, and get up and running again. I honestly think that we know who the starting 11 is going to be, and I'd be shocked if it changes for this game, considering what worked against Madrid and the fact that there has been enough recovery. So, yeah, we'll see. But Lukaku is going to be available. Apart from that, Callum Hudson-Odoi still out, obviously. Chilwell out for the season. But for Palace, big... is this a big blow? I think that, well, it's a big blow considering what this guy brings. But Conor Gallagher is going to be out. He did want to play this game. And Thomas Tuchel did mention in the press conference that he met Conor Gallagher in a restaurant. And they spoke about this fixture. And he said he apologised that he wouldn't be able to play because the rules are the rules of the deal that was done when Gallagher was sent on loan to Palace. You know, he's not going to play against Chelsea. Now we've got an FA Cup semi-final. He's not going to play. And that means he might not play at Wembley. But, Connor, don't get carried away, okay? Don't get too upset. Don't get too angry. It's fine. Look, you are coming back to Chelsea, right? You're a young lad. Next season, you'll be playing at Wembley. The season after, you'll be playing at Wembley, you know, considering all things go right. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But you'll be at a club where you'll be competing for trophies like it's nothing, you know? Well, don't want to say like it's nothing, but we are expected to be there each season competing for silverware. So, Gallagher, don't stress. It'll be fine. The time will come. Relax. It's okay. But anyway, Gallagher's going to be out. There's doubts in regards to Tyrick Mitchell and Michael Olise, who are looking like they might be available, but as of yesterday, they were looking like major doubts and they weren't going to be fit for the game. But they faced late fitness tests. We'll see what happens tomorrow when the lineups get announced and who's going to be there and who's on the bench. But there's a chance they might just make it. Aside from that, everything's looking like it's all right for Crystal Palace. So they are going to be coming with a strong team. So that brings on to question. What team do Chelsea put out? What should Thomas Tuchel do? Well, without further ado, let's dive right into the starting 11. Right, let's start off. In goal, this is actually a weird one. Because we know Kepa's been the cup goalkeeper, hasn't he? And I've seen some clips from the Chelsea training sessions that are showing Kepa. So is he going to start? I honestly think now that Chelsea have nothing to play for this season except this, right? And, well, third in the Premier League, which we should have nailed on. But I think that because it's an important game, it's Wembley, I think we go to our main goalkeeper, and I think that's Edouard Mendy. Although I wouldn't be surprised if Kepa were to start this one, and then when we get to the final, then we choose between Mendy and Kepa. But I do think Mendy's going to start, considering, as I've said, we're not in the Champions League. The league is pretty flat right now. We go with our strongest team, therefore Mendy plays. So I think that's what's going to happen. The back three, I would go, well, I think is going to be this. I do think we'll go over back three. Again, will we have a little bit of a hybrid? Maybe, but against Palace, I think there's an emphasis to try and nullify what they have on their wings, and therefore I think we're going to go to the wing-back system because that helps us considering who we have in terms of the opposition, Zaha, etc. So, yeah, we'll look out for that. But I think Rudiger, Silva and Christensen makes his return because I think Reece James goes back to his natural position of right wing-back, not right centre-back like he did against Madrid. That was done for a reason, to try and lock off Vinicius' pace. But I think Reece James now goes back to his natural role. Although he did really well at right centre-back, but I think right wing-back is where he's going to go. Left wing-back, Alonso, who gets criticised a lot. But you know what? Against Madrid, I think he was phenomenal. And that's Marcos Alonso. You just never know. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe not so good. You know, if you go to Gattuso, he'll tell you how to finish that sentence. But Alonso, I think left wing back has to be done. In midfield, this is a weird one. I still do think this is our strongest midfield. Kovacic, Kante. But we have a discussion to have. Okay, Kovacic right now is our best midfielder at the club, hands down. And Conor Gallagher will come in to try and, compete with that. Great. Kante, on paper, or you look at in ability, world class. He is. But let's be real and let's be honest, especially with the two mistakes he made against Real Madrid. It's not a recurring theme, but It's a theme that has popped up a lot more than previous seasons. And that could be down to injuries. That could be down to the fact that maybe the mileage is catching up with him. But we have to be realistic here. Over 30, starting to maybe begin the decline. We need to start thinking about how this guy is going to get replaced. I'm not saying throw him out the team, he's finished. No, I think the perfect scenario for a Kante now going into next season, if injuries do persist and he can't get back to his consistent highest level like he used to for us and for Leicester, because he's done what he could do. That's it. I do think that a role of him being able to come off the bench to add some intensity for a certain amount of time would be perfect. Or if we need him to start a game for a certain amount of time and then you bring him off to bring someone else on, in regards to like how Real Madrid could bring on a Camavinga. You know, you imagine taking off a Kante to bring on someone like a Camavinga. Or if we had a midfielder like a Tchouaméni or a Rice or whoever, and you know what, we can bring them off to bring on a Kante forward for 25 or 30 minutes, you're sorted. You're sorted. But to play him week in, week out, every single game, I think is going to start catching up with him. But for this fixture, look, I wouldn't be surprised if Jorginho were to get the call up, especially with the fact that I think we are going to be the ones controlling the game. But I do think Kante Kovacic is still our best pairing for now. Although in the summer, we need to take this position into consideration and we need to get a defensive midfielder. That is priority number one, as far as I'm concerned. Do you agree or disagree? Let me know below. I'd love to hear it. Now, in terms of the front three, this is a given. This is a given. I'm going to go to what worked in the Champions League quarter-final. Semi-final, I wish. And against Southampton, it's these three lads. Simple as that. Simple as that. Mason Mount, back on top form. Looking great since he got the trim. Beautiful. Werner, he's in the form of his life as of the last two games. Let's hope he has a third. Kai Havertz, best striker slash finisher slash goal scorer at the club right now. He's got to play. So we go with that front three. Simple as that. We run it back to how we did against Southampton. Run it back to how we did against Real Madrid. Run it against Palace. Do it again, lads. Do it again. That would be my starting 11. And in terms of a prediction, I'm going to keep it humble here. I'm not going to... well, look... If we come with the intensity that we did against Real Madrid, if we come with the guts that we did against Real Madrid, which I don't think will be matched because that had to happen. We didn't have a choice. Sometimes human nature is when you have a choice, even if it's a little bit of a choice, you're never going to be as intense as you would if your back is against the wall and you are on survival mode. That's just human nature. We are not on survival mode tomorrow. Let's be honest. It's 0-0. We can think strategically. Even if we win 1-0, we're through to the final. We're not having to chase 3 goals. Okay, so it's a different scenario. But if we come with the same sort of intensity, we should be able to get past Palace. Pretty straightforward. I don't think we'll come with that intensity. That intensity was special. That was for that one game only. I think we'll come with good intensity, and I think we'll come with good urge to win. But I think we will be more tactical. I think we'll be more strategic. I don't think we'll be all about running and non-stop going absolutely mental at them. But we should have enough quality to get us over the line. So I'm not going to predict a 4-0 or a 5-0 or a 6-0 like we did against Southampton. I am going to go with Chelsea 2, Crystal Palace 0. I do think we keep a clean sheet. I do think we get 2 on the day. We get through to the final, and we'll see who plays us in the final if we do make it between Manchester City and Liverpool. That semi-final is later on. I will not be able to do a watch-along for that. Hence why I'm giving you guys this video early to let you guys know. At the same time, what I will do is you are getting a double upload today, though. Later on, catch my second preview going into this game, and also talking about our season as a whole with Goonie, Man Knows Football. If you know Man Knows Football, check out his channel. I'll leave a link right here for you guys, so make sure you guys have a look. But he will be joining me later on. If you're also familiar with Goonie, he's on Troops' channel from time to time on Back Again, on that pod that they go on to talk about Arsenal and Chelsea and whatnot. Goonie joins me on League Gunner every Tuesday as well. So yeah, if you know him, fantastic. If you don't, make sure you check him out. He will be following me on a preview later on today on this channel, so make sure you guys are tuned in for that. Thank you all so much. Hit the subscribe button if you are new. Hit the notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Smash the like button if you've enjoyed this, and I'll catch you later on with Man Knows Football. Have a good one, people. See you later. Take care and peace.